was either Rose. I just recorded it.
You sign. Okay, there you go.
So can I unhost me or something? Or
so just make, you can make one of us the host by going to participants. And then
just click on our name and there you go. Thank you, Adrian.
Stop making me do all this complicated stuff. I'm a multi-level marketer. How about Adrian? Adrian just took to the woodshed.
All right, hang on a second. I'm going to mute everybody, so hold on, Tom, 1 second.
Talk about that a little bit? Or is that worth talking about? For real.
Okay.
You process it. I don't know what to make.
You cannot believe what just happened, you guys. And she's not, is she gone? Okay. This was we just had the craziest experience, man. This lady just hired herself. It was so nuts. It was unbelievable. Weird. Well, I'll tell the story here in a minute, but so going back to the elections, I don't care where you were on it, but notice how you were on it and notice how interested you were in this whole global thing or this country thing or this state thing or this city thing. And just imagine if you took that kind of interest and that kind of diligence into your network marketing business and you decided to learn longevity like that, or if you decided to learn the training skills of how to be a better network marketer like that, like you took it that seriously. And I'm thrilled that politically you were that interested. I swear to God I am. And I believe that about you spiritually too. If I'm looking at Pat Kendall, who's given me a couple of spiritual books. He gave me one by John Maxwell. He gave me one by a guy named Bob Bodine. I liked but called Two Chairs. And it was pretty funny. He says, I got a book for you. He signed it off to me. It was by Two Chairs. And I said, by the way, Bob Bodine is my good friend. He wrote The Power of Who. And thank you very much. But been there. I love you. Hi, I'm waving right back at you, Pat Kendall. But I want you to think about how seriously you're taking your network marketing business today. I want you to think if you can do more, if you can be more. I want you to think if you're taking the products. Right now, I'm taking you can't believe all the products I'm taking and how much diligence I've got toward making sure that I am not eating any gluten, grains, or sugar. It's unbelievable. Because it's a life and death mission for me. And now first of all, I started taking them and I didn't even really tell you guys I was doing it. And then after I started taking them and it started to work and I started seeing myself shrink a little bit and I saw the benefits of it, then I started talking about it. And that was number 2, because so phase 1 for you guys is to take the products, David Peters. Phase 1 for you, Steve Duger, is taking the products. Phase 2 is talking about taking the products. So Tom Chenault is out there taking the products, and now Tom Chenault is out there talking about taking the products. And if you'll notice, I went a little bit crazy today on my wall about the CBD products, because last night I took the CBD and I was having some stuff was going on, and I did it right as I went to bed, which I never do because I don't usually have trouble sleeping, but I had some stuff going on. And I'm telling you, that product worked like a charm. I noticed it work like a charm today. So I started talking about it professionally. And then I noticed I started teaching people to talk about it professionally. And if you think about this business, all you're really doing is phase 1, taking the products. Phase 2, talking about your taking the products. Phase 3, teaching people to talk about doing what you did. And if you aren't doing that every day yourself, it's going to break down. And what I want you to get is it's an ongoing lifetime thing, just like taking your Healthy Start Pack, just like taking the CBD. You've got to be doing what you're asking people to do and be that example literally every day of your life. And if you're saying, I can't do that, you are wrong. You're already doing it. You're already modeling behavior. Are you modeling good behavior or are you modeling bad behavior? Are you standing there in your little ivory tower judging people because they're doing this, that, or the other thing, and you're judging them, but are you really modeling good behavior yourself so that when they do decide to come back to the center line, they're going to model you? Ask yourself that right now. Unbelievable. Thank you, whoever's doing all this. Yeah, learners, doers, teachers, and increased followers. That's exactly right. Pamela, you're right on the money. Denise Chenault, I'm unmuting you. I want to know what you think about that, because you are the queen of coaching, queen of everything, and good at keeping me in the lane and keeping me from getting too crazy about this, because I'm actually kind of crazy about it because I'm so sick of these elections. I'm sick of you being obsessed by that and not being as obsessed into taking your own destiny into your own hands. So today I want to turn off CNN and I want to turn on you believing in you becoming your best you, and you doing it. So we're going to talk about that. Adrian will be here in a minute, and we're going to talk about this lady that just blew through here that was unbelievable, and we're going to go. So take it away, Denise. What do you think?
I'm not obsessed with elections. I voted, for goodness sakes.
And did I say you were a kid in the car that didn't have a job? I wasn't talking about you. Did you think I was talking about you?
Just now you said that. Just now you said that.
Then that would have been called a faux pas, because I was never talking about you.
Oh, you said turn off CNN. The TV's not on.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them. Okay, go ahead.
So what about it? What do you want to know, Tom?
I want to know, being leadership, and you've just been reading about leadership and reading that Brene Brown book and really, really taking it on. We've got a big conversation coming next week at the ambassador level about high-level leadership conversation. You guys, I want you to become those leaders. I want you, no matter what rank you are, to start ranking up. So whatever rank you are, you're going to the next one. I'm not going to let you stay where you are. And the way that you do that is you start bringing people with you and modeling good behavior, and you elevate yourself. And as you elevate yourself and you talk about it, people will elevate with you, right or wrong?
Well, yeah, I think, it's what we do often gets mistaken for sales. And sales is not what we do. What we do is grow and inspire leadership. And, but I think one of the key foundations to leadership is influence. And the problem with influence is that you can't influence others until you're able to influence yourself. And so, which goes to personal development. And so a lot of people come in without ever having to develop any leadership, which is understandable. I did not grow up in a household where we talked about leadership or where we listened to, Think and Grow Rich or, Robert Kiyosaki or, any of that. That was not my childhood. And so I had to do that in my 20s. In my early 20s, what really moved and inspired me was working in the personal development field. And it was like such an eye-opening experience from 24 on, I worked in the personal development field, teaching and leading groups of people. And so going back to influence is the cornerstone to leadership. Because if you think that you're leading a group and then you turn around and nobody's behind you, then, you're just doing a solo in the band, and so that's what we do here. We are not, and that's why I think Tom is so adamant about, especially around this call around, we're not talking about products on this call. That's a completely different conversation. What we're talking about on this call, on this Zoom, is leadership and how do you move and inspire people so that they can, so that they follow your vision and they can latch onto your vision until they have a vision themselves, right? So.
how can they follow your vision if you don't have one? So
Right. Right. But you can also latch on, until you have that vision yourself, you can hang your star on somebody else, your upline. That's, because honestly, especially if you're not used to this conversation, especially if you have been if you're barely able to keep your head above water, then it really is very difficult to be able to have a grand vision of what your future is going to be. And so you have to be able to trust the person that enrolled you, right? Their vision of what they saw in you is sometimes bigger than what you're able to see in yourself at that time.
That's exactly right. So, thank you, James. James is the man. He's such a great guy. He realized that I needed a little more coffee because I'm not ramped up enough. So we have to take it up a level. He thought I was getting a little boring.
Decaf, James.
Yeah. So I can't tell you enough how important it is that we're all locked together and we are communicating together and taking this thing to the next level together. And I don't want one person on this call to be alone ever, 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 ever. And there's so many of you I know nothing about. And I don't know why you're doing longevity. And I want to know why you're doing longevity. I want to know if you know why you're doing longevity. I know Pamela Schwartz's story. I know about Gavin. I know about Gunnar. I know about her husband. I know about her ex-husband. I know about her education. I know about her life. I know about that. But I don't know that about all of you because you don't text me and tell me your story. So I want you to. I want you to send me a selfie. I want you to contact map yourself and send it to me. That means you, Vincent Cunningham. That means you, Patricia Jefferson. That means you, Lorenzo Rothery, Dr. Lisa Singletary. Carmen, I already have you dialed in. Marilyn, that's just my one screen. Stevie boy, I got you pretty dialed in. I am telling you something right now. The more we know each other, the more we're going to go deep for each other. The more room we've got for a contribution. And with most of you, there might not be the chance for you to ever, ever, ever do this again. Because I'm in a mood right now where this crew right here, this little crew right here is my focus group for success in longevity. And something's going to happen in a week and a half with the ambassadors where we're all going to San Diego. And we're going to build a module that is unified and speak in the same language, the same presentation, where you don't have to look, you know how we always look, Denise and I have a constant fight about hotels. And the reason we have the fight about hotels is when we go someplace, she wants to have that dang trip set in stone. We have to go to the hotel. They have to know we're coming. We have to know what's around it. And I don't want to do that. I want to blow into town. I want to get, every time we're in the hotel that Denise has for us, I want to stay in the hotel across the street. I don't care what it is. We are.
That worked out well in Las Vegas that one time, Tom.
Oh, yeah. So she's got one example where I literally couldn't get us a room, and I had the bikes on top of the car, and they had the overhang, and I just wiped out the overhang with the bikes. Cops, everything. It was just bad, and I got in all kinds of trouble. And she's used that against me for 20 years. That was 20 years ago on our wedding trip. But the point of the matter.
It was not on our wedding trip.
It was on our trip. Yeah. Yep, that was it. So the fact of the matter.
Okay, back to it. Yes. What?
I lost my train of thought. Don't move.
Sorry. You like not having something set in stone.
No, I lost my train of thought. Whatever it was. I'm in. I need to know what makes you tick. So just send me text messages. Every one of you have a phone. Every one of them have it in your hand. Every one of them can take a selfie. Every one of them can send, this is me. This is my email. You just sent me the text, so I've got your phone number. You go into my contact mapping, and when I call you back, I talk to you about your kids. When I call you back, I talk to you about your why. When you want to do a three-way call with me, I've got that dialed in. So therefore, I can actually serve you because my job is serving you. If you want to be a 1-star and you are brand new in the business, David Peters, my job's to get you there. If you're already a 1-star and you're trying to get to 3-star, my job is to train you a little bit differently and get you there. My job, I know where I was going, is to drive you to where you want to go. This meeting with the ambassadors, we know the grass is always greener on the other side. And Luis Ariaza speaking one language, Corey Gold speaking another language, Cheryl Morley speaking another language, and they're all basically the same, but they're all different. There's a guy out there named Todd Falcone, and he is a very, very good trainer that is completely systemized, TODD. That's pretty easy. In fact, Pamela put that in, Falcone, Falcone. Google him. He's got cheap trainings. You want to do that. And if you want to know more about there's a guy on here that can even tell you how to go to one of his generic trainings. I believe in him with every fiber of my body. So Steve is on here. Throw up your name. Just hit your name in the comments, Steve, so people can contact you to find out what kind of levels of trainings he's got. Steve's also in longevity, but he works for this generic trainer. He used to work for Eric Worre. You have no idea how much we love Steve. You have. In fact, Denise, talk about that a little bit. Who treated us better? Not knowing us from a hill of beans. Where I was at GoPro and all of a sudden here came Steve or Michelle Wallach or something, and they gave you these bracelets that got you into this and got you into that. And of course I threw away the bracelets because I don't like stuff around my wrists. Steve Dugar grabbed me and said, Tom, stop stressing. You got enough to worry about. Any problems you have, you come and find me and I'm going to solve them. You're not going to use your credit card. I'm just going to solve your problems because that's who I am, because I am Steve. So talk about that a little bit.
Little did he know what a train wreck you were, and he would have saved so much time if he would have just said.
Here's how bad it was. He literally quit his job because of me, but that's okay. And that was with Worre, and now he's over with Todd Falcone, and it was all.
Well, you know, there are people that absolutely go out of their way to be. To do their job extremely well. And not only that, they go above and beyond the job because that's just who they are as a person. And I loved Steve from the moment I met him. And, you know, and he made such an impact on my life before I even met him face to face that I wrote him a little note so that I could give it to him the first time I met him. Because there's nothing like, you know, writing somebody, oh, Steve.
What was that?
He
That
had
was
the
her card
notes.
from her, and I think this one's from you, Tom, when you brought this in. So they're here.
You are kidding me. That is so exciting. So somebody just asked me a question that I don't know the answer to, so it's going to have to be one of you guys. That's the truth. He's unbelievable. How do we rewatch these Zooms? Do we have them on Masters of Enrollment? Where do we put, or on 65 Days in a Wake Up? Do we republish these things right away? You know, the bad news about 65 Days in a Wake Up, if they do get, you know, you got to scroll through 5,000 interviews to get down to one of the things. So we need to, you know, it's the same with the Tom Chenault Show. I don't want you to have to search for stuff to get good interviews, but we just need to have them up somewhere where they're not getting caught, like on Michelle Wallach's Facebook page where you're going through 17,000 likes to try to get to something that's meat and potatoes. I want it to be someplace. So we'll figure that out. So let's see. Yeah, Carl Fletcher watching us on the Superhero. Yeah, the Superhero Summit is also someplace that's great. I just found out, I didn't even know I got interviewed on something the other day. Is Deb Hull on here, by the way? Can you guys check and let me know? Yes, no?
I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I want you to talk about can we talk about that text message you sent me this morning?
Which one? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I remember it now. Yes.
So you sent me a text and you said, Tom, this woman named Sandy is a dear woman. She told me you were a good guy a long time ago. I was talking about you with her today. You've known her for over 20 years. And she wondered why you had never recruited her.
Tried to, or even tried to, she said. I wonder why he never tried to recruit me.
What she didn't know, and she doesn't remember, is I tried to recruit her literally every conversation we had, but she didn't know it. Because I'm so highly trained at what I do, I just looked for Sandy's pain. So every time she went from that, she had trouble with her company over and over and over again. And she had one sounding board. But most of the time, where people are isn't where they're supposed to be yet. And I never felt like there was a spot where she was going to be better off with me than where she was, Deb. And that's the way I believe, this woman is unbelievable. She was formerly a huge agent with the Internal Revenue Service. I mean, she did examinations. She was heavy duty at one point in her life and went on to make millions of dollars in a company. And she lives down in Colorado, down by, in southern Colorado. I can't think of the name of her city.
Westerville or Westville,
Yes.
Westcliff.
Yeah, Westcliff, Colorado. And I literally went down there and saw her a few times. I counseled her around a bunch of things, but never was the opening there that was going to make it better for her than it would, so I just didn't ever do that, not because I want to serve people in this business. And I did not want to take her out of the frying pan and into the oven. And today, longevity is great for her. But back then, it might not. It might have been exactly what she was getting out of might have been what she was getting into. And I couldn't do that to her. And I went to a couple meetings with her and another guy. And I mean, I'm telling you, it got deep a few times. But the point I'm trying to make to all you guys is this coffee shop interview and this 65 days in a wake up. Once you get that many people into your database, you are at a place where you've got so many people that you aren't trying to have the sign up of the day. What you're trying to do is change lives every day and make people's lives better every day by putting them right where God and they want to be, not where Tom Chenault manipulatively wants them. Does that make sense to you, Deb?
It does. Can you hear me? But here's what's really cool about that story, because you must have taught her well, because this morning she went over every detail of when you guys were together and who it was and Dancing with the Stars. So I could see why there's two champions out there. You know, she just retired, but she did make it to the highest title in one of the companies that you could get. And yet she felt like, well, here's this big, great, phenomenal Tom Chenault, but he never tried to recruit me, but here you did. I figured you did.
Yeah, constantly. I remember the first time I met her with Daryl Hansen and Earl Mindell. And we went right through it from so many places. She was having trouble with XYZ and the integrity, and she and Keith, and I can take you through every inch of that. But why I'm telling you guys all this, and it sounds like inside baseball with Deb and I, but it's not. You've got to be interested in people's lives far beyond them being a prospect. You've got to be interested in their lives about them being a human being and how you're going to contribute to it. And Pamela, this is where you're supposed to unconsciously nod. So that's what you usually do. So that's what this is all about. And once you've got so many people in your phone, there's a guy named Mike Good right now that Adrian is prospecting. And this guy did Adrian unmute. He's not on here, is he? I mean, this poor kid.
I don't think Mike's on here.
Okay, so this poor kid literally called over 100 people in another company. His first foray into the business. Brilliant guy, an attorney, and decided to go to Detroit and do another company and really, really get in the game. And I could have talked him off of that. But he would have always wondered, what if? Instead, we let him go. And we told him, Mike, we're going to leave the light on for you. And we used the contact mapping app, and we followed up on this guy like you would not believe. And all of a sudden, he came crawling back to Adrian a couple of days ago and said, guess what? I made over 100 calls. Tell him what kind of the results, Age.
11 weeks ago now, he called us up and said, hey, thank you so much for telling me about network marketing. I signed up with this other company because you gave me such a great idea, which just made me want to hang myself. But
I didn't hang. It didn't bother me at all because I've got all kinds of people. So I'm going, he'll be back. Adrian's going, I'm going to hang myself. That's all of you. Why? Why? If he does well, they're great. He's not going to do well. I know that company. He's not going to do well. He'll be back. Love him, Adrian. Don't call him dumb. Don't push him off the cliff.
I seem to remember a certain voice message that I think you left on a video recording in 65 Days in Wake Up, but that's another story.
Okay, keep going.
So anyway, so 11 weeks ago, he joined this other company. I just put him in my app, and I have kept touching base with him, and didn't get anything back. Just said, hey, thinking about you, love you, blah, blah, blah. So I call him expecting that same whole thing, and he picks up the phone and goes, I am so glad you called me. I was thinking about calling you. I joined this thing 11 weeks ago. I went to California for their company convention. In the 4 weeks leading up to that, I called 200 people and had real conversations with 200 people before convention, and another 100 since then. And out of that 300, I have found 6 customers. I have found 1 distributor, and they quit the next day. And I don't know what to do. And that was where he was. And even then, I didn't go, oh, well, it's because you got the wrong company, come to Longevity. I said, that's really a bummer. And we talked about what was going on, and we listened, and we took him to the place where he was basically begging us for the link to enroll instead of the other way around.
Pamela says, I have a guy like that or 100. Okay, so yeah, you do have a guy like that or 100. And that's a different, if you guys get this fire hose mentality of, I have to sign everybody up and I have to sign them right now on my agenda, they're going to sign up with you just to get you to shut up, but they're going to be gone. And if you love them and you really, really get their blood type, there's a woman that just walked in here that walked into the contact mapping office here a couple of minutes ago. And she's a scientist and she's this saleswoman and she's just type A as they come. And she basically pushed me out of the way. She pushed Marianne out of the way, and she just walked over, grabbed the pen and started writing on the whiteboard and all these diagrams and all this stuff. And Adrian and I and Marianne are just swallowing our cigars because we completely lost control of this coffee shop interview. And basically what she did was talked herself into being a part of everything we're doing here. And it went so fast, I couldn't even keep track of it. She's in doTERRA, she's in Send Out Cards, and she's in Mary Kay. And by the time she walked out the door, I said, Marianne, you give her some vitamins, you give her some skincare brochures, you give her some memory keeping brochures, and send her down the road to do some more research. So she comes in here, not trying to sell us on herself, but realizing we are everything she ever dreamt of in her entire life in one company and one little dumpy office down here at 17th Avenue in Longmont. If you want to catch a mouse, you think like a cheese. That's how you do it. Does that make sense to you? And that's what we did. That's what we're going to do with her. We easily could have spun a presentation at her today, and we'd have lost her. She wants to sell us and enroll, not be sold and enroll. And it's a matter of human beings. So that's it. Oh yeah, that's exactly right. And so we're on it. So anybody got questions? Anybody confused? Anybody dazed? You look dazed, Ruth Ellen. So let's see what else. There's Ipe and Lisa. There's Ashley Trujillo. There's Vanessa Martin. There's Spencer McDonald. Jenna, I need a haircut and I want to go after. Jenna, unmute yourself. Can somebody get Jenna unmuted? This is big. Okay. Hi, Jenna. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So the last time I was at your office, you were late. And so then I watched you walk across the parking lot. You didn't know I did this. And as you walked across the parking lot, you were holding hands. And as your guy came into your, is he there right now, by the way?
Yeah.
He's there? Okay. So as he walked across the parking lot, I thought, man, that guy is the sharpest looking guy. He was dressed well. He had a briefcase. He walked in with Jenna. He'd never met me before, even though he's been to town a few times. I've seen him a couple of times, and I always wanted to meet him. And he was going down. He's built an app. He is a bright, bright guy. He was going down to Ozo Coffee to get on the phone and work on his business. He has an unbelievable track record in business. And that was the setup. And I swore to myself, I am going to get closer to that guy because he is like Michael Jordan in the 4th grade. But he doesn't want to be sold. He doesn't want to be convinced. He doesn't want to be anything except better at what he does. So what I was going to do today, and I didn't realize he was in the room, and now he's going to hear about it, is I want to talk to him. He's not there?
He's here, but he's not in the room.
So he can't hear me?
No.
Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to come over and I'm going to have you do what you do to me. And at the end of she cuts my hair for the record. So I didn't want to say that because my hair looks like shit and I don't want to get in trouble. Have you guys not go to
As is mine.
Do not measure my hair by her hair cutting. Measure my hair by my lack of paying attention to it. But at the end of the day, Jenna, I am obsessed. I have got a laser beam. I have got a target on her boyfriend because he's got so much game and he's looked past this profession as an additional stream of income out of a previous experience or some disdain that just isn't true. So when I go in there the next time, I am going to be loaded for bear on this guy.
I just told him, and literally, I'm not even kidding you, maybe 30 minutes ago, I was like, I need to set up some time for you to meet tomchenault for reals. Like,
not for me. Not for you. For him.
Okay.
For him. He wins. And when you guys can get what you've got, serves people at that level, that's when you win. This little girl named Jen with a little daughter named Josie. This woman is a rock star. I am committed that this kid has a better life. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Nothing's going to stop me from getting her there from here. Nothing's going to stop me from getting you there from here, Jenna. And all you need to do is know, Rock, Rice, and Sandy, all you need to know is it's compliant and staying in the system and stop thinking you need to go off track in order to win this thing. It's all coffee shop interviews. It's all follow-up. It's all leading with your heart and believing what you're doing is right and good and true. And this profession starts to make sense. And you can do personal training as a hobby. You can do hair as a hobby. You can serve Jesus like Rock does as a hobby. But you don't have to. I want you to do what you're obsessed with and passionate about. And I want longevity to fund it. That's what this is all about. That's what we do, and that's why we do it. And I love that nod, the great Dr. Peggy Gleason from Duke University, who's on here too. Does that make sense to all of you? Get like committed like that. Get like so crazy possessive. I am possessive of you. I want you at GoPro. I want you to learn this. I want you with Todd Falcone. I want you to have mad skills at this business. And you need to tell Falcone I'm telling people this too, please, Stevie. Because I don't think he thinks I like him. Sometimes I feel like that, and I don't want that. All right, so everybody clear about that? Okay, let's keep going. Who's got questions? What time is it? Oh, it's only 5:05. Okay, I'm looking at some stuff here. Okay, see what we got here, see what we got. Okay, so that, Janine, do you guys want me to call that woman that we just got done with and see if she picks up, and I'll push it a little harder with her? You guys want that? Adrian, I'm looking at your face. Do you think I'm stupid or not?
Her and I scheduled coffee on the 21st, so we have that scheduled.
Okay.
Just don't sign me up for any more work than you sign yourself up for. As long as we make that deal, we're good.
I don't understand that comment.
I know.
Here we go. And all I did was scroll down my phone to see if there's, I mean, I'm just trying to call people for you.
Hi, this is Janine. I'm unable to answer the call right now.
Yes.
Leave me a message and I'll get back to you. Have a great day. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
So the consensus after you blowing through here at 10,000 miles an hour just to watch the radio show was that you could take over the world with the right people around you. And we are the right people around you. I know you've got meetings set with Adrian and meeting sets with Marianne, and it hurts my feelings deeply because you didn't set up a meeting with me. So come on, bye. Okay, so one thing you want to do is once you find somebody that can do this thing, you've got to put the laser beam on them and let them realize they are extraordinary and that it isn't just a numbers game. Most of you are interviewing 2 people a day. You're 3-way in one with your upline. You've got these top 4 people that you are really believing can be the 4 people that are going to drive you to the next level in your business. Don't be every network marketer on the planet that's out there showing off by showing somebody that they can run across a restaurant and recruit a waitress or an elevator operator at a seminar. Nothing makes Denise crazier than people going, I just signed up the bellman. Wonderful. So, I mean, it's just insanity. I want you to enroll great people to get greatness in their life. And I don't care if they're a bellman. I don't care if it is. After you have a relationship with them and you know that.
Well, let me just say, though, that most people that say that, we're usually at an event where they're kind of showing off, like, oh, I just signed up, you know, I just signed up 3 people this morning, you know, on my way to the event. And that is the piece that gives our profession the bad taste, because it's not in the sign up. The sign up means nothing. It is in the working with person, helping them to be successful and linking arms with them. And so just having them sign
What's
up.
happened to her? Everybody shut off or just me? Or just her? You froze. What happened?
I'm still going.
He was perfect for us.
Okay, good.
It's all good for them. Yeah, so it's the sign up means nothing. It's in developing the relationship and linking arms with them and getting them successful, getting them to where they want to go. That's all of it right there. So, yeah.
I would pay anything to be able to mute you like that. That's a joke. All right.
Certain times, I know that's true.
Okay, so.
Back at you.
Are you liking me calling people? Does that help you? Okay, so my CPA, you guys want me to call my CPA that I call for referrals all the time? If you don't want me to call people, I won't. If you want me to call people, I will. So you have to put, if you'd rather have me just train you instead of getting myself punched in the face by these people, I'll do that. You just have to tell me. I think I ought to call my CPA, and we get a new Tesla day after tomorrow. The salesman that's selling us the Tesla ain't that good. But he might just be in the wrong career or the wrong job. Should I call him? I mean, we haven't even gotten related yet. And I'm not afraid to call him either, if you want me to call him, which will be a little funny when we get to the deal. So how about Barbara Stallings? Training, 2-to-1, call, training, get related. Okay, so let's call my CPA first, which is an interesting day to be calling him. Chenault. 5, 4, 3, Chenault.
Oh, would your back pocket burn up?
How are you, Robert? What's going on? Thank you for paying my taxes today.
20-some thousand well spent.
Okay, nothing to worry about. I needed to do it. It was that money was burning a hole in my pocket. I got a note from your sidekicks, the people from the Philippines, that although they love the vitamins and minerals and they've got some of the samples out to people, they're going to stay with Salad Master for a while. That okay with you?
No, but what am I supposed to do?
Okay, so what are you supposed to do? That's the $1 million question. I want you to think about what you just said. What you're supposed to do is go find me 3 more people to talk to by tomorrow.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with you?
All right, let me go see what I can do.
All right, I'll call you in the morning. I love you.
Goddamn.
Don't cuss. There's a Filipino. I might even know a Filipino. You can't say bad words. I love you. I'll talk to you later. So that was funny. Did you hear that? So just because he's married to a beautiful Filipino woman, and all she wants is Louis Vuitton handbags and beautiful dresses. And they love some boxer from the Philippines. So, and they also have unbelievable food. And so he's always inviting me to the parties. And he is the greatest guy in the world for referrals. But did you notice I told him what to do? What do you expect me to do? I said, give me 3 more referrals by tomorrow. Have any of you ever had the unmitigated gall to do just that? Have you ever even asked yourself for 3 referrals by tomorrow? Have you ever said that to yourself? I'm going to find 3 referrals by tomorrow. Yeah, you have, Pamela. I know you have, because that's 65 days in a wake up. That's where you have to think from. If any one of your friends called you on the phone, any one of your dear friends said, I need to know a good orthodontist, I need to know a good multi-level marketer, your brain would automatically be thinking about how to help them. Why don't you do that with yourself? Now, I want you to think about your 5 best friends. Your 5 best friends are probably never going to do network marketing, right? Probably not. Your 5 best friends, they might not. You would loan $100 to your 5 best friends, and your 5 best friends would loan you $100. You would do literally anything for your 5 best friends, and your 5 best friends would literally do anything for you. And those 5 best friends of yours that you've got, you've never called them, asked for referrals. They know you're going to kill it, Steve Duger. They know it. They know you're going to kill it. And all you have to do is pick up the phone and say, man, you know me for a long time. You know I worked for Warre. You know I'm working for Falcone. You know that I want to get out of the rat race and have a life like I saw those people live. And you know I'm going to do this. I know you're never going to do network marketing. I don't want you to. I'll never pitch you. But would you give me the name of 5 people that you know that I could help? Or would you give me the name of 5 people that need some health, maybe some CBD or some minerals? Or would you give me the name of 5 people that you know are having trouble with money? And I'm going to call them on the phone. I'm going to treat them with respect because we're good friends, and I know I'm going to do that. And the next thing you know, they're going to give you those 5 names. I swear to God, because they'll do anything for them. And while you're at it, I want you to think about you, every one of you on this call, because you think at least, there was Jordan Adler sending me a private message. At least you guys get to think. He took me off my train of thought on Eric Worre's Zoom just now. On my Zoom, Eric Worre said, Tom Chenault is speaking at GoPro. And I said, yeah, I'm on the dinosaur panel. And they called me on the phone and asked me about Metamucil, and depends on the stage. Most people get water, and that's what they're bringing me because I'm so old. So that was pretty funny. I thought, I love my own jokes. But think about that, you guys. You never ask anybody for help. You're too proud to ask people for help. You're too proud. I'll tell you, the one guy that's got that deal down pat, 2 people that got that deal down pat, Adrienne Chenault and Marianne Niehaus. This lady walked in today, and I'm telling you what, they were just literally punching it out over that lead. Give me some help, Dad, because that's what you do. You ask for help. You ask for help. You ask for help. Vincent Cunningham, you've never called me and asked for help. I'm looking right at you like this. Ask for help. Only you look back. That's so cute. Yeah, that's what we do. Get in the game. It is so fun. The water's not deep. You're talking about what happened to you. I took these CBD products. I slept last night. That's what happened to me. I took these products and all of a sudden I peeled off 60 pounds in 7 months because I didn't do everything. I did what they said to do. I took the vitamins and minerals, but I didn't get rid of the glutens, grains, and salts until Dr. Ipe, who's on here right now watching this thing. Because Dr. Ipe understands how to be a doctor. He doesn't understand how to be a network marketer. I understand how to be a network marketer, but I didn't understand how to be a doctor. I needed Dr. Ipe as much as he needed me. And you know what he said to me on the phone a couple of days ago? He said, Tom, here's all your blood tests. They are unbelievably good. You did a great job on all this stuff. And I said, great. At the end of the call, he said, I'll see you on the 17th. And I'm going, what the hell's the 17th? Do I have a doctor's appointment? No. On the 17th, we got the Dr. Wallach movie. And he's coming down for that. Is that crazy enough? It's unbelievable, you guys. This business is so doable. Do what you're good at and go find referrals to help you get what you got. It's so easy. So let me see what I've got here. Unbelievable. So I'm looking at my phone right now with my text messages. And so few of you have sent me a text message with your selfie on it in your contact map. And the reason that you haven't done it was because you're too busy paying attention. But I want you to go, I'm going to put my phone number down here again that you can text it to, please, Pamela, and please, Marianne. So all of you write it down and you send me the text message. And I will categorize you as 65 days in a Wake Up rock stars. And I am committed that we are going to rip the cover off the ball. I have got to help you be successful. I can't leave you on the beach. I want you to feel my commitment to you. Is there anybody that doesn't feel that commitment, that it feels phony or I'm not going to do it? You have permission to tell me in the deal. And if you do feel that way, I want to know why, because I know I'm not coming across. And if you do believe I'm being authentic about it, you need to tell me why you're not going to send me that text. But I'm going to tell you something right now. You've got to have that same kind of intensity, that same kind of authenticity, that same kind of vulnerability for your leaders. You got to be willing to do anything for them. You've got to be willing to go deep. You got to be willing to die for them, and you got to be willing to cry for them. Otherwise, this thing doesn't float, because then you're just every other network marketer sending out a stupid video off of an app that says you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. I don't want you to be those people. I want you to be that longevity go-to app. Put that in there for sure. I got you in my contacts. I got your story, Jennifer. You don't need to send me one. But at the end of the day, the most of you do. We're going to win this thing. You're going to win this thing. Use that longevity go-to app. I'm using it all the time. That Mike Good that we just talked about a minute ago with Adrian. I sent him 2 different trainings, and I got notified by longevity on both of them that it had been watched by him 100%. I know he's serious. The country code is 01. Unbelievable, Kate. I love you in Australia. I'm coming back down there. I love Australia. It's my favorite country on the planet, bar none. That's where it is. And Adrian has a propensity for that place. So I want him to go with me. Yeah, now it's coming. Claire, we got you too, baby. I know that. Pat Kendall, I thought you left. All right, let's see what else now they're coming in. And I like all the new selfies. Don't send me your picture from high school. I want to see you as you're right now. As you are right now. I want to see you with that messed up hair Steve did, and with all the, all that whole thing. Claire, got yours. This is what I'm talking about. All right, what time is it? 5:20. Anything else I'm supposed to be doing for 10 minutes here? We didn't call the Tesla guy. This is going to be a little scary. His name's Matt. I don't know him. We walked into the place. It was so weird. We walked into the Tesla dealership where he works. We'd already ordered the car. I said, Matt, tomchenault. He stuck his hand out and said, great. Haven't got time. I'm doing a test drive. So here he's got the buyer in his hand, and he looked right past me to go do some stranger sitting in the showroom with a test drive. Right, Denise? Were you there or not? Go ahead. She wants to talk.
That's what I'm exactly talking about.
What now?
That's what I was talking about as far as that what drives me crazy about, just somebody saying, oh, I just signed somebody up. That's basically what he was saying is, I'm about ready to sign somebody up. It wasn't a guaranteed sale. And so, yeah, that was a little bit, maybe they were short-handed. Who knows?
So here's what I wanted to say.
He's the only one with the license.
Hit it.
Well, because what happens, what I see a lot of people doing is, they're out in the halls trying to recruit people, but they're not in the game with their people that are there, right? They're not sitting in the room with their people that they've already brought, that spent the money to come, and that they're there because they want to learn from their upline. If you're their upline, you got to be in the room. You got to be with them. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, and I am the worst offender. No, I'm not, but I'm a bad offender about having my phone out when I'm in meetings with people and in conversations with people. And it is an addiction as big as any addiction you've got. Nothing's more important, and I mean this, than the person across the table from you, whether it's your wife, whether it's your son, whether it's your daughter-in-law or your grandkids. I promise you, nothing's more important. And for me to learn that, I look at my phone, I scroll Facebook, I scroll text messages, and all of that just tells people they aren't important. And learning how to put your phone in your pocket, and then when you're alone, go look at it, is a skill set that I am working on that skill set. It's a Tom Chenault needs to do this skill set that I'm calling on myself. Last night at dinner, we were talking, and God bless Denise, it's just her and I, and she's looking over my shoulder watching CNN, by the way. But at the you're muted, thank God. And at the same time, I had my phone, and it was so cute that she didn't want to say, Tom, don't look at your phone. Nothing's happened. And she didn't realize I had a bet on the Detroit Lions. But at the end of the day, or whoever Dallas was playing, I can't remember. At the end of the day, it was so cute because she just basically thought I wasn't noticing, and she just moved my phone out of reach to make sure it was gone. So she, because she was basically saying, honey, I love you and I want to talk to you during dinner. And she didn't say, hey, yeah. And I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There's nobody more important in the world to me than Denise. About ready to start crying. Okay, we're calling this guy. So I get off the emotional kick. And don't unmute her. Whatever you do not unmute her. Matt Santry. Yeah, Kate, you move past it, man. If they're not using the products, they're not using the products.
Hello, you've reached the phone of Matthew. I'm not here right now to take your call. Please leave your name, your telephone number, and a brief message. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Matt, it's Tom Chenault. We're coming to get the car. On Thursday, I wondered if you're going to be there, number one. Number two, after meeting you at Tesla, you are a tall, good-looking guy. I just wonder what you're doing with your life and how Tesla fits into it. And give me a call on that, too. I was kind of intrigued because you seem to have a tremendous amount of game. So give me a call back. I want to know more about you. Bye-bye. Who knows how that went?
That was totally creepy, but let me just say,
I was hitting on him.
yeah, you awfully tall and good-looking guy. What are you doing with your life? No, yeah, I'm a wild and crazy guy. So, Pamela, you crack me up. Tommy, we're not going back to that one. That we have to go to the
Well,
service.
you know what? I knew that.
Yeah.
What am I gonna? I asked you. I didn't say we're coming to his dealership. I said, "Are you
Yes,
going to at the
you said
delivery?" Go listen to it. I listened. I know exactly what I said.
Oh, thank goodness. We're only creepy and not incorrect. Okay.
Next. Yeah, so I wasn't. Okay, so now I have 5,000 texts from you guys, so I'm dead.
Oh, see? Ha! They do follow direction, Tom.
Yeah. Should I call your sister?
No, you should not do that.
Okay, so I am trying to get this guy to come by on contact mapping and interview Adrian from the Longmont Observer. Adrian, what time are you available tomorrow? Text me, hurry. Sergio, how are you, buddy? I'm doing great. I can barely hear you. Let me call you right back. Something's wrong with my phone. I didn't wait for him to say okay. Okay, so watch this. Okay, so this is the beginning of the coffee shop interview. I have a little information. He got moved around. I'm turning off my deal, my whatever you call the thing, my Bluetooth, because it keeps going to my phone. So now we're going to call him again where I can hear him. But I've got a little information on the app, so I'm going to play that card. Did we blow out everything about that Sandy Ellsberg, Lewis Lattimore deal of Dr. Wallach in California everywhere?
I'm going to send out a newsletter.
How you doing, Sergio?
Hey, good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. We got to iron down a meeting with you and I and Adrian. When do you want to do that? Are you available tomorrow?
Let me pull up my computer right now.
We're good 1 to 4.
1 to 4. Could I meet you at like 3 o'clock?
Yeah, come by my office though. I want you to meet this kid from MIT too, because I want you just to get the scope of what we're up to.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I'll meet you at 3 o'clock at your office tomorrow.
Okay, and tell me what happened. You're not doing the same job there anymore? You kind of stepped away or you stepped apart? What happened?
So I needed to get a job because I ran out of my savings. So
okay.
I got offered a job at Longmont Economic Development Partnership. So with the contingency of just me not writing any content for the Observer, so I'm still involved. I'm mostly doing sales and I'm still the president of the organization. I just can't really write or anything like that. So.
Well, I might buy an ad for contact mapping in and over and above everything because you guys are a blowtorch. You reek of integrity, and you personally do too. And so you're just making enough money to exist at the. We got to figure out a way to make you some money. So tomorrow, I'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Talk more about that tomorrow. Yeah, sounds good.
I'll
see you at 3.
I had to be thinking for it. Yeah, you got game, and we're going to figure out a way to monetize you. So I love you, Sergio. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Bye-bye.
Looking forward to it.
All right.
Bye.
That's it. That's as far as I could go there. But tomorrow, this guy walks into the mousetrap. Does that make sense to you? So it'll be a contact mapping conversation because he writes it for the paper. But we'll also talk to him about longevity and network marketing and find out where his pain points on that are. And we'll go from there. So you only take it as far as you can. But, yeah. So if I post that as a coffee shop interview tonight, play like it was a lot longer. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? But did you notice that, like, in the conversation, I didn't say, can you meet tomorrow? I said, when can we meet? Can we do it between, everything is set in stone. That's what you guys have got. Don't leave no as an option. What time can you meet tomorrow between 1 and 4? Does that make sense? Then it's on him to say, I can't meet tomorrow, but I can meet Thursday. Does that make sense? Is it locking in? Own the conversation. Yeah, cool. All right. What else? Anything? And now, gosh, that's great news. What is he doing? He's working for the Longmont Economic Council. That sounds like he's working with all the businesses, and that's even better. More people, more ways for us to connect and help and get helped. Holy mackerel. It's a great day. All right, you guys, it's 5:30. Anything else? Are you happy? Was this a good hour of your time, or was it? Yes, no. Let's see, Tamara. No, I know your blood type. I don't need one on you. Okay. Thank you, Peggy. I love you. I love you. I love all of you. Thank you. I'm glad it was worth your time. Denise, anything you want to say? Any parting words?
Great job, Tom.
Good job, Tom. Adrian, how about you? Any parting words?
Great job, Tom.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. It's the Chenault Family Singers. I love you guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
Love you, everyone.
Love you. Thank you.